the first 7 weeks, first week, throughout the first week, the Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree in one posture, experiencing the bliss of emancipation, vimutti sukha, that is the fruit of arahantship. After those 7 days have elapsed, the Buddha emerged from the state of concentration, and in the first watch of the night, thoroughly reflected on the dependent arising, paticca samuppada, in direct order thus. When this cause exists, this effect is. With the arising of this cause, this effect arises. Dependent on ignorance, avijja, arise moral and immoral conditioning activities. Samkhara. Dependent on conditioning activities arises relinking consciousness vijnana. Dependent on relinking consciousness arise mind and matter, nama lupa. Dependent on mind and matter arise the 6 spheres of sense, salayatana. Dependent on the 6 spheres of sense arises contact, phassa. Dependent on contact arises feeling, vedana. Dependent on feeling arises craving, tanha. Dependent on craving arises grasping, upadana. Dependent on grasping arises becoming, bhava. Depending on becoming arises birth, jati. Dependent on birth arises decay, jara. Death, marana. Sorrow, sokha. Lamentation, parideva. Pain, dukkha. Grief, domanassa. And despair, upayasa. Thus does this whole mass of suffering originate. Thereupon the assaulted one, knowing the meaning of this, utter at that time this paean of joy. When indeed the truths become manifest unto the strenuous meditative Brahmana, then do all his doubts vanish away, since he knows the truth together with its cause. In the middle watch of the night.
We can stop here. Thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so this is the dependent origination. So I think most people, you all know about it. Okay, at the first watch, okay, now we're talking about 7 days, Buddha at the one point under the Bodhi tree. So at the first week, he sit under the Bodhi tree, then experience the vimutti sukha. So after 7 days has elapsed, then in the first watch of night. So this means that this is should be on the 8 days already. Then on this, he reflected on the paticca samuppada in direct order. Okay. Do you know the Pali word for this direct order? Brother Ong, do you know that?
I think it's anuloma.
Yes, anuloma. How about the other one?
Patiloma.
Patiloma, all right. Okay. So next one, okay. So this is the anuloma. So just now there's a translation here, avijja paccaya sankhara. I think most of you know about this, right? So I think most of people do also chant about it. Avijja paccaya sankhara, sankhara paccaya vijnanam, vijnana paccaya nama lupam, nama lupa paccaya salayatanam, salayatan paccaya phasso, phassa paccaya vedana, vedana paccaya tanna, tanna paccaya upadanam, upadana paccaya bhavo, bhava paccaya jati, jati paccaya jara maranam, sokha parideva dukkha domna supayasa sambhavati, eva metasa kevalasa dukkha khandasa samudaya hoti. All right, so about this dependent origination is very long here. So there's one very short formula. Okay, so you all have to, anybody who practice meditation also like this, need to know. When this exists, when this cause exists, this effect is. With the rising of causes, this effect arises. This is a very short one in Pali. Try to copy here. Okay. So dependent origination, these anuloma, right? All these are anuloma. Okay. Right. So anuloma, if in a shortcut, is just very simple. Okay. So just Okay. When this exists, this actually in Pali is only when this exists, this is. That's all in the Pali. But then they put a bracket. When this cause exists, this effect is. Or with the arising of cause, this effect arises. So you can see already here. Avijja pacha sankhara. When because of avijja, sankhara come. Right? So or with the arising of the avijja, then the sankhara arises. Then with the arising of the sankhara, then vijnana, we call it the consciousness arises. So this is the formula. So this is we call it the formula. Very short formula here. And this also to do with anybody who practice meditation, so also need to know, we call it the cause and effect. When there is something, then another one come. And if this thing does not come and this thing does not exist. So this is the formula here. I think most of you are familiar with this, right? So any of you do chanting or this every day? Is it in part of your chanting? Yes or no?
Yes, Sayaji. I chant nearly every day.
Okay, when you chant it, do you contemplate the meaning or?
I will try, because Pali is I'm not very well versed, but I will try
Okay.
to look at the English meaning. Try
Okay.
to understand.
Okay. So every time you chant this pacheyo, so what do you think is this pacheyo? Pacheya. Pacheyo become pacheya here.
It's a condition. Condition.
All right. So this pacheya has few meanings. So okay. So here pacheya is translated as dependent. All right. Actually, you put the long A here is actually act as an ablative, you know. So when we say ablative, for the you all learn Pali, right? So ablative means it's correlated okay, due to or as a reason, something like that. All right. Means that due to this cause and something happened. That's the meaning. It's kind of like taking the meaning of this is a cause here. So avijja is a cause. Then sankhara is the effect. Right? Then the rest are same. So it just because of this cause, avijja is the cause, then the sankhara come to be. All right? Then there's a meaning. Okay, then later in this book, you're also talking about this one. I think later we go through. But there's one thing here. There's also we call it the Buddha explained this kind of like verses here. When he was happy, he uttered these verses, right? So this is the English one. So do we have the Pali? Today I look for the Pali. Okay. Okay, this is the one. All right. So anybody know this Pali? Okay. Yada have patu bawantu dhamma atta pino jayatu brahmanasa atta sakanka vapayanti sabha yada pajanati. Okay, he knows. This one, he knows things with a cause. Hetu is a cause here. Okay, so when this means that when after he contemplated the dependent origination in Anuloma, he know the cause and effect. So he recite these words happily. So he know the truth together with the cause. He know avijja comes because of cause, sankhara comes because of cause, and then all the vijnana, namarupa, all this with the cause. So that's why we call it he uttered this. He was very happy. Okay, so it's kind of like verses he recite. So anybody know this Pali, or you all heard about this Pali before? Are you familiar? Brother Ong?
No, we're not familiar with the one of the householder breaking the
That one.
not this one.
Okay. Not this one. But actually, this one also quite famous, no? In Myanmar, when they do the consecration of the Buddha, recite this, we call it the Aneka Jati Samsara, right? The one you say about this Aneka Jati Samsara. They also recite this one also, because it's part of the contemplation of the Buddha. After Buddha was contemplate the Anuloma, then he also recite this one. Okay? Because actually there are 3 verses here. 1, 2, 3. Right? But this verses is important, is say when he see the Dhamma, he see the truth, And to somebody who meditate, and then this Brahmana refer to meditate, and then he doubts, Kanka refer to all his doubts. All the doubts, all right, all vanishes. Yeah. Then he know, because he know the truth together with the cause. Truth is talking about dependent origination, the Four Noble Truth and other things, and then the cause. Because when he recited this, avijja, paccaya, sankhara, he know what is the cause, what is the effect. Avijja is the cause, sankhara is the effect. Sankhara is the cause, vijnana is the effect. Vijnana is the cause, nama rupa is the effect. So in brief, this sentence is just very easy, talking about cause and effect. Those for any meditator, you all should be able to meditate, right? All this, because of sankhara, then consciousness come. Because of consciousness, then nama rupa, mind and matter. Because of mind and matter, then six sense bases. Because six sense bases, there will be contact, then there will feeling, then craving. Tanha is craving, then there will be clinging, then there will be calming, then there will be birth. Because of jati, birth, then there will be sara, jara, marana. All right, jara marana means that the aging and death. Yeah. Then there will be sokha. You know sokha, right? Sorrow, parideva, lamentation. Pain is the dukkha. Grief, domanassa, display upayasa. Then the Buddha, he made a confirmation. Eva metasa, kevalasa, dukkha khandasa. Dukkha is this aggregate, khanda is an aggregate of suffering. Then samudayo, origin. Okay, the origin of this suffering due to the craving. Right. So this is the samudayo. Right. So it's interesting at this, even though it's talking about these 7 places of enlightenment during the first week. Then after the 7 days elapsed, he contemplate this aticca samuppada. Sometimes we call it dependent arising. Sometimes nowadays we call it a dependent, how is it, origination. Yeah. Okay. So this is the forward order. Then he conclude with Eva metasa, kevalasa, dukkha khandasa, samudaya hoti. Thus this whole mass of suffering originate. Then after that he happy, he recite this just now this Yada Hawe, this poem. Okay. Right.
Jackie, may I ask which sutta is this? Which sutta is this?
This one?
Yeah.
Just now I was searching in the, you are talking about this one, Yada Hawe, this one, right?
Yeah. Where is it from?
Yeah, I just now was looking at the things. I think the where is it?
Mahavaga.
Yeah, Mahavaga.
Mahavaga Samhita.
Yeah. Udana also. Athagata. Katawatu. Mahavaga. Yeah. Okay, Mahavaga. Okay.
Which Mahavaga? Is it the which Mahavaga? There's so many Mahavagas. Udana.
Udana also has. Not sure which Mahavaga. He only said Mahavaga. Let's look at the Mahavaga. Bodhikata. All right. Yeah. Later I look. There are a few Mahavaga. This one should be maybe either Vinaya or Samyutta. Okay.
Either Vinaya, there are 2.
Yeah. Mahavaga. This also got this Mahavaga. Okay. Okay. Under the Vinaya. All right. Vinaya Mahavaga. Okay. Anyway, so this is the first thing he recite. He just want to say that he know the truth together with the cause. All right. So let's go back, continue. All right. So this is the first one. Then he know the cause or how the things, talking about the 5 aggregates, how it arises. Then he's so happy. He know that the truth together with the cause. Okay. So we finish up to here, right? Have we recite? Yes.
Saya lagi,
Yeah.
before
Yes,
we,
Brother Tony. Yes.
before we proceed, I'd
Mhm.
like to go back to the very first paragraph when we started off to clarify something.
Mhm.
Here earlier was mentioned that the Bodhisattva was on diet or not diet, what do you call it, this
Fasting.
fasting.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Only then was offered the milk rice by Sujata, right?
Mhm.
I think he was not fasting because he chose the middle path. That
Mhm.
means he do take small amount of food until the last one to offer was Sujata that offered the milk rice, and he took the bowl to the river to utter that if this will be his final enlightenment, the bowl will move
The
upstream.
bowl is I think is another story later.
Was
So
it this Sujata?
the bowl was not this. There was a I was reading forward. There was a wait so this part, I think this part. The one that where is it? The bowl was later, I think. The bowl was later, right?
No, I
When-
think this is
I think this Sujata, after the offering, he took the boat to the river. Then that night itself, he got enlightenment, and after that, he started the
Oh yeah, you mean
weeks.
the river he put upstream.
Yeah.
He made a determination.
Correct.
Right.
Then
It's not
after that,
mentioned here, right.
that night itself, he received the enlightenment, and
Yeah,
he
yeah.
started the 7 weeks of fasting. After that,
Okay. All right. So
Correct.
the bowl was 4 upstream before he sat down and meditate, right?
yeah.
Okay. It's good to revise. I also haven't read this story for a long time.
Then
But it's
when
not
he,
mentioned here. Yeah, it's not
when he
mentioned here.
received the enlightenment, only then he
Yes.
started the fasting for 7 weeks, and every week he contemplate on different things.
Okay. Yeah,
Correct?
so he fast for 7 weeks. Oh,
After.
okay. Now I also remember why he only fast for 7 weeks. Because they say the food that he get is only for 7 weeks. Or maybe the human only can fast for 7 weeks. There are a few reasons stated there, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. It can maybe not more than 7 weeks as a human being. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the food only allow him 7 weeks. To know this kind of story, have to go for another book to read, because this is just a very short statement. But here what we say is he's fasted for 7 weeks. Okay.
Yeah,
So
after the
yeah.
enlightenment.
Okay. So the reason why. So
Shaggy,
there was
I remember hearing stories of the earthquake in China. They say the human body only one month only, Maybe Buddha's additional 7 weeks. Yeah.
actually without water maybe maximum we can survive with 10 days or 7 days. But without food, I think we can go
1 week
longer than
only.
that. Yeah.
Without water 1 week.
Yeah, without the food, actually, I think even like 3 months may be possible.
Cannot.
But now 49
to break
days,
down,
how many? This 1 month plus already, right? This is more than 1 month already. Okay. Yeah. Why 7 weeks? Because he fasted for 7 weeks. Or yeah. Because the food he offered, that was before enlightenment. So the food allowed him to survive for 9 days. But there are some story that he said, some of the story I read, like when he made a small bowl, and then 49 small bowl, a small kind of round things, then he eat one by one like this. So it lasts for 79 days. All these are just story. Okay, anyway, we can just not so important. All right, we focus on dependent origination. Okay, now there is a first watch, yes. So there's a first watch, he contemplate on the dependent origination direct order. Yes, very cool.
Because you see, if when we say that is in the bliss of emancipation, does it mean that it's in jhana? Because if it's in jhana, we can actually sustain him quite long.
Yeah. Yes.
Because
Yes.
every week he's in some sort of a jhana, it's just a different jhana. So if that is the case, then he can actually be much longer. Because at that point, I think the rupa is able to sustain much longer.
Yes, because he's not using the body energy all right. Okay, so now on the first watch, he contemplate on dependent origination, direct order. All right, so this one I think you just need to know all these are cause and effect, and then he see the when we say cause and effect, he know the origin of these 5 aggregates. We call it the whole mass of suffering. Now on the middle watch, okay, now you all know about the what is first watch, second watch, right? What is the first watch? What is the middle watch? For you, those you all study, what is the middle or first watch? Second watch, he do the what in we call it reverse order. What's the meaning of first watch? Anybody know?
4 hours.
4 hours from what time to what time?
6 from 6.
6 to
10.
10 p.m. All right. That is according to maybe, well, roughly around that time, because sometimes the sun may come as early as about 4 or 5. It depends, all right. So second order, he contemplate the dependent origination. That we call it the Pali is what? Patiloma with the T dot now. Okay. All right. So on this, he's talking about when something cease, right? So the shortcut is when this cause does not exist, right? This effect is not come to be, right? When the cessation of this cause, this effect ceases. It's also talking about dependent origination, but this one is talking about just a okay. So at that point, he already no more in a jhana or no more in the meditation, because to do all this contemplation, he must get out from his meditation, and he need to see all this direct order or indirect order or reverse, a direct order and then the reverse order. It's like when we're talking about this, it's very easy. When I think you know the formula, right? Okay, so this one. Avijayatewa asesa viraga niroda. Sankhara nirodo. Then Sankhara niroda. When you recite, you have to recite the A, because this is ablative case, you know. Sankhara niroda. This is actually means that it's kind of reason. Ablative can take as a reason here. Okay. Vijnana nirodo. You can see this is a subject here with the O sound. Vijnana niroda, nama rupa nirodo. Nama rupa niroda, ablative. Salayatana nirodo. Salayatana niroda, phasa nirodo. Phasa niroda, vedana nirodo. Vedana niroda, tana nirodo. Tana niroda, upadana nirodo. Upadana niroda, bhavo nirodo. Bhava niroda, jati nirodo. Jati niroda, jara maranam, sokha parideva. All these are same Pali. Supayasa nirujanti. Except here, this is a nirujanti. Okay, you can see the Pali here, nirujanti. Previous one is the sambhavati. You know, is the present tense here, sambhavati. Okay, nirujanti. Here is because of nirujanti, you have the noun is nirodo. Right, so this is a cis. Okay. So here it translates with this with. Okay, with. Sometimes if you don't want the with, you can translate as, because it's ablative case, you can put because, all right? Niroda. Niroda is a cessation. So because the cessation of ignorance, then the sankhara nirodo, right? So because of avijja is ceased, then sankhara is ceased. Sankara is cease, consciousness, niro is cease. Consciousness is cease, namra rupa, mind, matter. Then lead to the salayatana, sixth sense base, phassa, contact. Then feeling, craving, upadana, clinging, bhava, becoming, jati, birth, jara, marana, aging and death. Then sokha, parideva, okay, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. Thus does this whole mass of suffering cease. So this is talking about how he see the cessation of all the five aggregates here. Okay, so when he say this, then he go for another poem here. Okay, this is another one from this one. When indeed the truth become manifest unto the strenuous and meditative Brahmana, then all his doubts vanish away, since he understood the destruction of causes. This is a destruction of causes, right? So this is the second verse here. The first verse is talking about, okay, right? So the first one he's talking about, he know the cause, but now he's talking about the destruction of the cause. So these two actually is very interesting. When you recite this dependent origination, you can combine with these two verses here, all right? Two poems, the first poem and second poem. Then there will be another third poem, all right? Okay, just now we finished up to here, right? Okay, so on the second watch, he recite the reverse order or dependent origination. Now on the third watch, okay. Now third watch, he recite the direct and reverse, two of them together. And then after that, okay, then there is another poem here. Okay, so I read on the third watch, he reflected the dependent origination in direct and reverse order. So this is on the third one, all right? Okay, so then when this cause exists, this effect is, with the arising of the cause, this effect arises. When this cause does not exist, this effect is not. With the cessation of cause, this effect ceases. Then he repeat the whole thing. So this means that on the third one, he recite both of them together. Then after that, he recite another poem here, right? This poem is very nice. It's talking about the sun illuminate the sky. Okay, so this means that on the third, okay, so third watch, he recite the direct and reverse order. Okay, both of them, so it's both together. Okay, and then he recite the third poem. Okay, the poem is very nice. You notice that the poem actually quite similar. We start with the yada. This one also yada. Yada have power to bhavanti dhamma atapino jaya to brahmanasa. You can see the three poem. First line, second line. First line, second line is same. Only the last one. Vidupayam tiktati marasenam suryovo. So there are some other variants. Obaseya mandalikam. Then finish here. Iti. Maybe we finish with the dot here. Okay. So when indeed the truth become manifest, so the truth is become manifest unto the strenuous and meditative Brahmana, then he stands rooting the host of the evil one. Evil one talking about Mara. Even as the sun illumines the sky, right? So Surya is the sun. Obasa is the light, right? Andalikam. Okay, so these three poems. So these three poems, when you recite the dependent origination, you can do it together. All right. So you all now get to know this poem, right? Any question up to so far here?
Haji,
Yes, very cool.
the second verse, the second watch, why do we call it reverse order when it's actually a cessation order? Because there is another way, because literally we say it's reverse. That is, it's like from Jara Marana, then goes to the cause of Jara Marana is
Okay.
Jati.
Yeah.
In fact, because I read before, the reverse order is that way. The cessation order is what is mentioned.
Okay. Yeah, it's because of how they translate the Pali. Okay. So let's take the Pali. We know the Anuloma means is follow Anuloma. Okay. Means that regular. Okay, maybe use the word regular is better. Regular conformity. Okay. So Patitloma. Yeah, it's good this question. Last time also come to my mind. Right. Contrary. All right. Maybe instead of reverse, contrary. Okay. It's not because of something becomes something. It's something cease, something also cease. Right. So that's why they call it maybe opposite. Yeah. You can maybe use another word, opposite. Okay. So let's say anuloma, maybe we use the word instead of direct, we use the regular. Right. And then this reverse, or we call it contrary. Maybe better use the contrary, because when this talking about like when this exists, actually in Pali is very easy. When this exists, that exists. Right. In Pali is when this does not exist, extra one, okay? That this or that does not exist. So maybe we can use the word contrary, all right, instead of the reverse, right? Cool. All right.
Yeah, I think that is a better, because
better translation. Yeah.
The English, it has
Yeah.
connotation.
Yeah, it's good, because last time I also come to my mind why we translate a reverse. It's not something reverse. Like if reverse, we can start from the Jara Marana all the way to Avijja, right? So there's also reverse. Actually, the Pali is very easy. When this exists, that exists. When this does not exist, maybe you call it that does not exist. This, or better use the word that is not. That is not, or that does not exist. Okay, next question.
Thank you.
So on the third watch, he do this anuloma and patiloma together, both together. So first watch, let's say 6 to 10. Like second watch is 10 to 2 a.m. Right? Third watch will be 2 to 6. So it's already early morning already. But normally people will not wake up at 6 o'clock. People always wake up about maybe 7 or 6. 6 is quite dark. Yeah. This is just we call it, because we are looking at the 24 hours, and then we divide by we call it 12 hours day, and then 12 hours night, and then 12 hour night you divide by 3, right? That's why you got 4 hours each. That's how we calculate when we had talked about first watch, second watch, and third watch. Okay, so that's how the process of dependent origination together with the poem. Okay, now finish already. So by this first week, what do we know by this first week? Okay, so this first week, Buddha is still under the Bodhi tree. Then he experienced the Arahat. This means that he enjoyed the bliss of so we are talking about like this kind of like we call it but when he going to contemplate like this, right? Okay, right. Let's say. So if he going to contemplate like this, even though it's a first week, he still under the Bodhi tree, right? Then he enjoyed the what Arahata. Fruition Arahata means Arahata Pala. It is a kind of like deep meditation. But if he want to contemplate like this, he really had to get up from his meditation, because he need to have thoughts. Yeah. Not in a jhana, of course. Yeah. So Buddha Paticca Samuppada Anuloma Patiloma Manasakasi Manasa akasi. Manasi akasi. Manasi is the mind. Akasi is done in the mind. So he contemplate inside the mind. So manasik plus maybe akasi. Okay, akasi is past tense. He do in the mind. Okay, he do this and this. Okay, these two. Then he do the 3 poem together. So it's 1 week already. Okay. Then there are another poem. This poem come later. Okay, so let's look for another one. Okay, second week. Okay, second week. Sorry, second week. Okay, first week at the Bodhi tree. So when we go to the Bodh Gaya, we see the Bodhi tree. It's a very big Bodhi tree. Okay, so Venerable Sadanandi, can you read? You read the second week and third week.
Okay. The second wish was uneventful, but he silently taught a great moral lessons to the world. As a mark of profound gratitude to the inimited Bodhi tree that sheltered him during his struggle for enlightenment, he stood at a certain distance gazing at the tree with motionless eye for 1 whole week. Following his noble example, his follower, in memory of his enlightenment, he venerated not only the original Bodhi tree, but also its descendant. Typing error. Third week, as the Buddha had not given up his temporary residence at the Bodhi tree, the Deva got his attainment to Buddhahood. The Buddha read their thoughts, and in order to clear their doubt, he created by his physical power a jewel and vocabulary, Tatana, Shankar, Mana, and fresh up, and now for
Okay. Okay, so second week, what did he do at the second week?
So I really taught a great moral lesson to
So he was what? Looking at the Bodhi tree, right?
Bodhi tree, emotion, Bodhi tree.
Yeah, for 1 week. Why he look at the Bodhi tree? To show that what? To show this, okay?
Gratitude.
Gratitude. Okay. So the Bodhi tree is we call it gazing at the Bodhi tree from a distance. So the significance is what? Showing what? Is gratitude, right? Towards it, right? Towards it. Okay. Second week. So at that time, that means that is he still sitting or he no more sitting? Venerable, is he still sitting or no more
standing?
Standing, all right. So he gazing, standing and gazing, all right. So that means that you know that he been sitting for very long time. Now he already stand up, right? So now third week, okay. Third week, what he do? So third week, what did the Buddha do? What do you think this is? This jewelry ambulatory. What do you think it is? Something that he can pace up and down. You know, so sure. Okay. So I read somewhere they call it, how they call it? They call it is a bridge, right? He made a bridge. He created what? Jewelry bridge. What? Where is it? Is it on the heaven or in the earth, or where is it? Where is this place? What do you think?
So through his mind eye, that heaven in the Deva in the heaven.
Okay, so this bridge should be in the earth or in the heaven? Or where is it?
I think should be in the heaven.
In the heaven. Okay, how about other students? What do you think? Where is this place?
Near the Bodhi tree.
Near the Bodhi tree. So it's on the earth.
Yes.
Near the Bodhi tree. So it's physically on the earth, or how is it?
It's written here, he is temporary resident at the Bodhi tree, the Buddha dog.
Okay,
think,
okay. So it's near the
I-
Bodhi tree, all right, and
Where's the golden beach?
I think in the sky.
in
I
the
think
sky.
in the sky.
All right. Okay, so it's near the Bodhi tree on the sky. Yeah, because he need to pace up and down, right? But it actually didn't tell us where is the place. So roughly we know it's because the Buddha is still near the Bodhi tree, so it will be near the what? Near the Bodhi tree lah. Huh? Because when we go to the Bodhi, we can see. Okay, maybe on the sky, maybe take it it's on the sky. And then he what? He pace up and down. So what's the purpose of pacing up and down? What's the purpose? The purpose is here written here to clear
the doubts.
Okay, what kind of doubts they have? About his Buddhahood.
Because the Devas adopted his
The
attainment.
purpose, okay, to clear the doubts of Deva regarding his attainment, okay, attainment of Buddhahood. Yeah, because why? Because the Buddha, the Deva, they cannot read the Buddha's mind, right? So they don't know whether the Buddha really enlightened or not. Because so far you can see, before that the Buddha sit, and then now he stand and he look at the body tree. After that, to clear the doubt, that's why he create a power, kind of like magical things lah, so they can see, and he walk up and down. Then by these people, because by keep power. Then people, because the Deva, they only believe when they see this kind of thing. What is that? Psychic, yeah. All right. So the purpose is clear that it was because at that time, how many people around, or what kind of people will be around the Buddha? There are no human, right? Only the Deva. Yeah. Before they remember when he practiced very hard, he fell down, and then the Deva start to talk. Is he die or not? You know, they're having a conversation with each other, right? So only at that time Deva will be kind of like around him lah. Okay. So that's the purpose, to show to the Deva. Okay. So you already know the second week he showed the gratitude to the Bodhi tree, but because he's standing there for a long time, he stand there non-stop looking at the Bodhi tree. Then of course the Deva look at him. They say, oh, why he's standing there for 1 week? They also had doubts about, is he enlightened or whatever. That's why he purposely show it near the Bodhi tree. Right. Okay, now 4th week. Okay, Venerable, you can recite, can continue, just do the 4th week also. Yeah. Okay.
The 4th week is spent in the jewel chamber, Patanagara, contemplating the intricacy of the Abhidhamma, higher teaching. Book said that his mind and body were so purified when he pondered on the book of revelations, Patana, the 7 treatises of the Abhidhamma, that 6 color ray emits from his body.
Okay. All right. Okay. So 4th week, where is it? Where is he now?
January 4 weeks.
Okay, so he said he spent at the jeweled chamber, Ratanagara. Gara is a jewel is a Ratanagara, should be a house, yeah. But it's a chamber, just something that he made himself, right? Then he contemplate Abhidhamma here. Okay. So what's the point of this 4th week? Do you know?
The 6 color.
The 6 color. Yeah.
Actually, the 6 color is made out of a Buddhist right. The current, the facts, they want.
Sorry, cannot hear you.
Color.
Yeah,
That means
but what, the color come because he contemplate on the Abhidhamma, right?
Yeah, yes.
Especially Patthana. So the main thing is on the this Patthana, on the Abhidhamma book, right? Okay. So you know Abhidhamma, right? Have you studied in your university? Not yet.
No, but I study the Chinese version before this.
Sorry, cannot hear you.
I have studied Abhidhamma before this, but in Chinese version.
Oh, okay, in Chinese version. All right. Okay. So now we're talking about fourth week. He at this jeweled chamber. So do you all think that how does this thing come to be? Is it created by the Buddha or it come to be?
Because at that time the Buddha mind and body was so pure, so this color come out just naturally.
Okay, right. So
This is
contemplating
the Buddha, the normal quality of the Buddha.
Okay, the owner, Atana Abhidhamma, all right. So yeah, then how many colors? 6 colors.
6 colors. There is so on the Buddhist back.
The rest, the color from the body. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anybody can remember how many colors? What is the color here?
Saiji at the bottom mention
Come out. Okay.
Yellow,
the footnote there, 7.
white.
All right.
Blue, yellow, red.
Red, white, orange, and a mixture of the 5 colors.
Okay. So this one. All
It's
right.
our flag, the Buddhist flag.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Nila, Pita, Lohita, Odata, Magenta, then Pabasara. All right. Nila. Nila sometimes is blue, but sometimes Nila have another color is brown. Yellow is Pita. Lohita, do you know the meaning of Lohita? Anybody? Lohita means blood, you know. Yeah. Odata means white or pure here. Magenta is this one. All right. Now this thing, we're talking about this thing. Now where is this thing coming from? Jeweled chamber. It was this jeweled chamber was there before or Buddha created? What do you think? Anybody? Do you think this thing appeared by itself or is it created by the Buddha?
Sayaji, I think created by the Buddha.
Created by the Buddha. So it's a kind of like small house.
Saiji, can it be that the place, because Buddha is enlightened already, then the name changed to jewel instead of a normal chamber?
Okay. All right. Yeah. So we are not so sure here, but it seems to be like a place that he sit there, you know. Yeah. It may be the place that he sit, or it may be a real building, but here it didn't say that he created, like here this jewel bridge is by psychic power, it mentioned just now. But this one it didn't mention that did the Buddha created by the psychic power or whatever. Okay. Yeah. Here because he said this is the core because the Buddha reflected on the Abhidhamma. Yeah. So this is called the jeweled chamber. It might not mean that a real place here. So that's why sometimes you have to do the search on Tipitaka to see, is it a real place or not a real place? You all can download this Android Tipitaka, no? It's very easy to download. Yeah. Now, according to here, some they say the Deva created by the Deva. Okay. Now, just now the jewel place is between the place he sit down and the place stand. No, just now he was sitting at the Bodhi tree, and then he was standing looking at the Bodhi tree, right? So in between there, so created the place. So it might be in heaven or on the earth. Then he walked there for 7 days. Then after that, then there's another one called Ratana. That one is called Ratana Chankama. Then the next one, on the Pachima, on the side. So it say it created by the Deva. That's according to here. But this is a commentary. All right, commentary say this. So, right. So anyway, it didn't say. So maybe we say some they say here is either one, okay, by Deva. Okay. All right. So this one is say near the Bodhi tree. This one reason we are thinking it might be near Bodhi tree, or maybe between the Bodhi tree and then the place he stand. That's why a lot of commentary they are writing with different opinion here. Even like this is said by the Deva. No, it should be by Deva. Let's say if talking about first he create a bridge, then the Deva believe in him, and then Deva might create something for him to sit down. Or it might be just talking about this place is just it's not a real place, it's just a what indicate that the place that he contemplate the, like what I say, okay, it's a place that because he reflect on the jewels of Abhidhamma, so it's not a physical place, it's just a symbolism only. That's why all this have to look at the Pali to see how it translates. But anyway, we know that fourth week he talking about the Abhidhamma. The Abhidhamma is so deep, then his body and mind is so purified. Okay, then the sixth ray of color come out. So this fourth week more important is stated on Abhidhamma, and it happened in the place called Ratanagara. Right? So fourth week is called Abhidhamma. Okay. Okay. So mind and body are so purified. Okay. So the sixth color come. Okay. So the main thing is a Patana Abhidhamma, right? This is another one. So, okay, so we just continue. Okay, after that, what happened? So fifth week. Right. So somebody who want to read the fifth. Okay. Somebody? Doris Chi or Doris Ko?
Saya Ji. Doris Chi ya.
Okay.
Fifth week. During the fifth week too, the Buddha enjoyed the bliss of emancipation, Vimutti Sukha, seated in one posture under the famous Ajapala Payan tree in the vicinity of the Bodhi tree. When he arose from that transcendental state of conceited Hutunkajatika, Brahmin approached him, and after this customary salutations and friendly greetings, questioned him thus: in what respect, O Venerable Gautama, does one become a Brahmana, and what are the conditions that make a Brahmana? The Buddha uttered this paean of joy in reply: that Brahmin who has discarded evil without conceit, huhumka, free from defilements, self-controlled, versed in knowledge, and who has led the holy life rightly, would call himself a Brahmana. For him, there is no elation everywhere in this world. According to the Jataka commentary, it was during this week that the daughters of Mara, Tanha, Arati, and Raga made a vain attempt to tempt the Buddha by the charms.
Okay, so we have these three persons.
Yeah.
Tana, Rati, and Raga.
Raga.
Tana arati and arati. Tana is craving. Arati is a non-content, not delight. Raga is greed. Yeah. Okay. So this fifth week, where is it? Where is the Buddha now? Fifth week.
It is under next to, I think, next to the Bayan, next to the Bodhi tree, the famous Ajapala Bayan tree. It's around the area of the Bodhi tree.
Yeah, it's also quite near there, right? Have you visited the Bodhgaya?
Yes, Sayaji, I have.
Do you see this place?
The Bodhi tree I saw.
Okay.
I'm not sure of this place.
Or you didn't go around and have a look?
Yeah, we went there. Yes, I was around
somewhere near here. Actually, when near the Bodhi tree, when we go around Bodhgaya, you can see all these small signboard, but I had to find out the place. Yeah, Ajapala. So what's the significance of this one? Do you know? Significance of this fifth week? You don't know. You know what's the meaning of Brahmana?
That means it's a holy man.
Yeah. Okay.
Holy
Brahmin
man.
or Brahmana.
Brahmana.
Yeah. What kind of holy man?
Who is not enlightened yet. So he went and questioned the Buddha. What made him to become a Buddha? Okay.
So this is a fifth week, and the place is at this Ajapala tree, right?
Yes.
So at that time, a person, it didn't say the name. Did it say the name? No.
No.
It's just a Brahmin. Yeah. Considered. Yeah, he's very considered Brahmin, right? So yeah. Okay. Considered. Because at that time, the Brahmin is kind of like we call it. How you call it Brahmina? Sometimes in Pali you call it Brahmana. So it's kind of like, how you call it, priest or whatever, is the one that in charge of their kind of religion, the Veda, right? So the meaning, there are other few meaning of Brahmana. Some beside the one that the holy man of the Brahmin caste, right? So it's a man of the Brahmin caste. But another meaning, he is very proud because of his caste, right or not? Okay. But the Buddha tried to explain that the meaning of Brahmin means also pure, sinless, ascetic. That's the real meaning of the Brahmana. Okay. So this is due to the high caste. This is quite high caste.
Position,
but so another meaning of Brahmana, according to Buddha, is those pure, sinless, ascetic life. So the Buddha is trying to say, see, what's the meaning of real Brahmin according to Buddha? Those discarded evil without conceit, free from defilements, right? Then he should call himself Brahmana, right? So that's the meaning of the Buddha trying to try to just go beyond the caste system here and show them what is the right holy man or real holy man. Theirs is, we call it the conventional. Sometimes we call it priest. Sometimes we call it holy man. No, we call it holy man in their life, holy man or holy man. But this is called conventionally, in a conventional term. Conventionally, we call it holy man. But the real one, this is the real meaning of not the convention, ultimate truth. Sometimes we call it ultimate truth. It is just a real meaning. Okay. So that's a try to go beyond the caste system here, because at that time, of course, the Buddhism happened in the India. So the Buddha have to live and deal with all the different caste system, right? From the very high to very low.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Okay. Number 6. So yeah, number 6. Okay. Somebody, number 6. Any volunteer?
Saji, I take the number 6. I'm Jane.
Okay, Jane, yes.
Okay, yeah. The 6th week, From the Ajapala Bayan tree, the Buddha proceeded to the Muchalinda tree, where he spent the 6th week. Again, enjoying the bliss of emancipation, at the time there arose an unexpected great shower. Rain clouds and gloomy weather with cloud wind prevailed for several days. Thereupon, Muchalinda the serpent king came out of his abode and coiling round the body of the Buddha 7 times. Remain keeping his large hood over the head of the Buddha so that he may not be affected by the elements. At the close of 7 days, Muchalinda, seeing the clear clouded sky, uncoiled himself from around the body of the Buddha, and leaving his own form, took the guise of a young man, and stood in front of the exalted one with clasped hand. Thereupon the Buddha uttered this poem of joy. Happy is creation to meet him who is contented, to him who has heard the truth, and to him who sees. Happy is goodwill in this world, and so is restraint towards all beings. Happy in this world is non-attachment, the passing beyond of sense desires. The suppression of the I am consists is indeed the highest happiness.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So the place is
Muchalinda.
So when you go to Bodh Gaya, do you see this place?
Yes, Daddy.
So where is it?
It's like if there's a snake in the middle of the pond, right?
Yeah. So they will be near the lake, right?
Yeah, near the
so
lake.
when you go to Bodh Gaya, you will see a lake there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then of course they will put the Buddha statue with this dragon here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So we call it the Serpent King. So yeah. So you can see here significance. Every time we have this one 7 times. He coiled around the Buddha body for 7 times, and then he put his large hood over the head of the Buddha. So he might. So I think everybody is familiar with this painting, right? The Naga and then the Buddha. So if anybody do a leg, normally in our place we also got leg. So we will also put this Naga. Okay. So what's the significance of this? Anybody want to try? What do you think this is? Why is it so important here? Sometimes I'm thinking, why the Buddha want to move from one place to another place? Maybe the reason is for let them have the opportunity for this Naga king to do good marriage, no? You know why he moved from one place to another place to another place. Okay. So all right. So other students, what do you think? What's important about this 6 week?
Saji, Jane, can I try?
Okay.
Okay. So I think is in a way is just to tell to all beings all beings that this Buddha has enlightened and is even protected by Naga, because Naga is symbolized as some creature, because it already shown to the Deva, shown to the Brahma and all that. Now is the time for this creature world to know that this being
the
enlightened.
Naga is it
protected.
Deva or is it animal? Naga means is a actual animal, right? Do you know Naga is animal or Deva?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah,
is it Naga is animal
snake.
or snakes? And then, so what do you think? Naga means is what? What do you mean of Naga? Is it a snake? King, they call it the Serpent King, right? Some say it's a Deva, right? Half
king,
Deva, I think. Half Deva. They have some magic
dragon.
Power.
Dragon.
They have actually half Deva or actually they belong to animal realm, but they are also kind of considered as a semi-Deva, or sometimes we call it demigod maybe. Yeah, because they have some psychic power.
Yes.
Maybe better, demigod better. Demigod. They have psychic power, right? So it's just to show that the even the Naga the protected the Buddha, right? Okay. And maybe this is why the Buddha must go to his place, right? Because if Buddha don't come to this place, then this Naga will never appear. So I was thinking, why Buddha go from one place to another place, So maybe to give opportunity for this Naga to protect the Buddha or to do good merits from the harsh weather lah, huh? Do merits. Huh? Okay, also to show that okay, to show to the rest of the Deva, because some of the Deva, some of them are Buddhist, some are not Buddhist. Means that not all really follow. Some might not interested in the Buddha. Now, just to show that even the Naga are also interested in the Buddha and want to protect the Buddha. Okay. Now, this is the one that Brother Ong asked, Aneka Jati Samsara. Okay, at the 7th week. Only at the 7th week, the Buddha recite this one. Okay, somebody want to read?
Saji,
Yes?
the paean of joy during the
Yeah.
6th week, he is talking about his condition, is it?
Which one?
The last verse.
This one, huh? This one, huh?
Ah.
Yeah, maybe talk to himself also.
Okay.
Yeah, this one maybe, yeah, okay, yeah, good point also. This the Buddha is talking about the separation, no, here, the main thing, okay? The separation of I is the highest happiness. What is the I concept? Do you know what is I concept? Atta, right? Okay, yeah, this is the one. So then the Buddha also made what? We call it the Buddha utter and we call it what they normally call it joyous utterance, no? In Pali, we call it uda with the long air, udana. So biggest happiness. So this I concept is talking about the atta. So this is means that to show the Buddha already overcome the atta. Some no, these are asmi manasa. Asmi means I am. You know the asmi, you learn the Pali, like asmi mana, I concept. Okay, I am concept asmi. Asmi mana. All right. Separation of I concept to show that the Buddha already overcome the I. All right. Okay, 7 week. Veera, what did you read?
Okay, Saiji. The 7th week. The 7th week, the Buddha peacefully passed at the Raja Yatana tree, expressing the bliss of emancipation. One of the first utterance of the Buddha, through many a birth in existence wandered I, seeking but not finding the builder of this house. Sorrowful is repeated birth, O house builder, O house builder, thou art seen, thou shalt build no house again. All thy rafters are broken, thy rich pole is shattered. Mine attains the unconditioned. Achieved is the end of craving. At dawn, on the very day of his enlightenment, the Buddha uttered this paean of joy, Udana, which vividly describes his transcendental moral victory and his inner spiritual experience. The Buddha admits his past wanderings in existence, which entailed suffering, a fact that evidently proves the belief in rebirth. He was compelled to wander and consequently to suffer, as he could not discover the architect that built this house, the body. In his final birth, while engaged in solitary meditation, which he had highly developed in the course of his wanderings, after a relentless search, he discovered by his own intuitive wisdom the elusive architect residing not outside, but within the recesses of his own heart. It was craving or attachment, a self-creation, a mental element latent in all. How and when this craving originated is incomprehensible. What is created by him, what is created by oneself can be destroyed by oneself. The discovery of the architect is the eradication of craving by attaining arahantship, which in these verses is alluded to as end of craving. The rafters of this self-created house are the passions, kilesa, such as attachment, lobha, aversion, dosa, illusion, moha, conceit, mana, false views, ditthi, doubt, vichikicha, sloth, hina, breathlessness, udacha, moral selflessness, ahirika, moral fearlessness, anuttapa. The ridge pole that supports the rafter represents ignorance, the root cause of all passions. The shattering of the ridge pole of ignorance by wisdom results in the complete demolition of the house. The ridge pole and rafters are the material with which the architect builds this undesired house. With their destruction of the architect is deprived of the material to rebuild the house which is not wanted. With the demolition of the house, the mind, for which there is no place in the analogy, attain the unconditioned state, which is nibbana. Whatever that is mundane is left behind, and only the supramundane state, nibbana, remains.
Oh, it's a long passage. I think the last one should be the important one, right? The last one. The demolition of the house, the mind, you know. So attain the unconditioned state. So nibbana, how see? The nibbana it translates as an unconditioned state. Right? Or sometimes we translate nibbana as a supramundane state. Okay. Okay, so 7 weeks. Okay, so I copy this one first. So where is at the 7 weeks? Where is the place?
Rajayatana tree.
Okay, Rajayatana. Raja. Okay. Yatana tree is also another tree, right? So it's also near the place, right? So this is just a very long poem, a short poem on this Udana. Okay, so this one I put here already. Okay, Anika Jati Samsara. So this is we call it the first utterance of the Buddha. Just now he said first utterance, the first one he recite. And this is already 7 weeks, he also recite again. So how many times he recite this one?
Twice.
Twice, I should be twice. Just he say the first utterance of Buddha is this, we call it the Anika Jati.
Anika Jati Samsara.
Anika Jati Samsara, Samsara, okay, Samsara. So he said he recite at the dawn time, and now this is on the 7th week already. So okay. So at the dawn of the very first day, so it's on the first day he recite this one, right? So now on the 7th week, he also attend the bliss of imagination, right? So this means that did he recite again? But why is it he put here again? No? So we know he come to this place, right? Then he recite this one. So this is he recite this one. All right. So did he recite again on these 7 weeks? Yeah, that's a question. But why he recite again? Because he's so happy, right? So he recite again. Yeah, let me go. So go back to the document just now. What do you think, Vera? He recite again here.
From what I know is, I thought the first day he recite already when he
Yeah.
attained.
He recite the first day.
But yeah, on the 7th week, why he recite again?
Yeah. We know this one is when he was very happy, right? After he gained enlightenment, he was very happy. So he recite. That's why we call it udana. It's kind of like he's so happy that he utters something. Because at that time, nobody talked to him, but he just recite by himself and this one, right? So I'm not so sure about other books. The other books talk about this recitation again. No? Because unless we check the Tipitaka again for this, what we call it Raja Yatana. Okay, check. Sometimes it's good. That's why learning Pali, one of the advantages of learning Pali is if we got question, we can check ourselves. Okay, this is Mahavaga. All right. Now here it say he at the root of the Raja Yatana Mura 7 days. He sit there. He attend this one, you call it Vimutti Sukha. It's also to do with Arahan, all right? So here he didn't say that he recite anything. He just say that he go there and sit down. That's all. Didn't say recite. Let's do a search again. Okay. Copy. So sometimes I have to look. Just now it's a Mahavaga. Mahavaga. But it only say later then the 2 person come. This is Atthagata, the commentary say. You see, 7 days he at the Bodhi tree, 7 days at the Ratana chamber, then at the what chamber he do, 7 days at the Ajapala, 7 days at the Muchalinda, 7 days at the Rajayatana. Then after that he get out, then on the 8th day he go to another place. Okay, it didn't say anything. So maybe the Udana is not mentioned, is not spoken there. Okay. Like I said, it doesn't matter. But we know that is the purpose of this Udana. Okay, to describe his moral victory and inner spiritual experience. I think that's the key point here. Then all these poems are not easy to understand because you have to understand all this just idea about the house, you know. Okay. Talking about house builder is built. You should not build house again. And then rafter, rig poles. But the main thing he said, my attain the unconditioned is the nibbana here.
Saiji is the simile of the house builder is craving, is it? It's written there. Householder is builder. Means craving. Tanha. Then the rich pole is what?
You should not build a house again. Yeah. The mind, okay. The ending, tanha, craving. Craving and or craving.
Then the passion is.
Then you have to look at the book down there for the what? Householder number 12. Householder, craving. Okay. 13. Householder is craving. 13 is the body. Yes. 14 is the passion. Rich pole is the ignorance. Okay. Rich pole should be I think the middle one, right? The main one, the main pillar is the ignorance here.
Okay. Then 16 is the unconditioned nibbana.
Unconditioned number 16, nibbana. The Pali didn't say nibbana, but the Pali they put this visankhara. All right. Sorry, visankhara. Okay. Why you come to here? Visankhara is talking about unconditioned here.
Mm.
Sankhara is sankhara, right? Sankhara is condition. So vi means unconditioned. So here referring this nibbana here.
This over here, the kilesa got 10 types, is it?
Yeah, 10 types of kilesa in Abhidhamma. Here actually in Sutanta, sometimes we don't see clearly, but in Abhidhamma, we put the things are very clearly. How many kilesa and so on. All right, so 7 week. Okay, so first week at the, right, so first week, body tree. Okay, so he do this on the dependent origination. Okay, then at the body tree, enjoy the arhata pala. Then you also contemplate the dependent origination. Okay, second week he start to move, standing and grazing at the body tree from distance out of gratitude. Then third week he do a jewel bridge near the body tree by psychic power. He walk up and down. Some I'm not so sure with the sky or on the earth, but according to commentary, it's between the body tree and the place he stand. So the purpose is to clear the doubts of the deva, because at that time you think about that there's nobody, no human being, right? Only the deva. Then the deva is like waiting, or maybe thinking he might be a Buddha or not be a Buddha. Then he add this Ratana Gara. Gara is house, chamber, all right? Maybe it's some they say by the deva, but at that time he do the patana, all right? Patana on the Abhidhamma. So my body is so pure, purified, then 6 color come out. So this is because the Buddhist flag, right, have this color. So all this color come out from the body. The blue is like they say the blue is what? Do you know which part of the body of the Buddha have this blue color? Anybody know? Which part of the body of the Buddha got this color?
The skin?
The skin is blue? No?
They say got the from the 32 parts. I think the bluish color, bluish.
Buru, Nira, you know? The Nira can be blue. What is another color of Nira? Brown. Yeah, so it's blue. Sometimes it's green. Blue or green. But Nila Kasina is blue Kasina. Sometimes it's blue black. Right? Sometimes it's called dark color. See? 5 colors of the Buddha. Sometimes it say to do with the Buddha eyes. So if talking about 5 colors of the Buddha eyes, does Buddha have a blue color?
I see.
But you know, some of the Indian, they also look like a little bit foreigners, right? Yeah. Because actually the Buddha race is actually coming, the Arya race migrate from the Euro side, you know, Europe side. Yeah. So maybe this from the eyes. This one from where? Which of the Buddha body got this yellow color? Maybe from the body part. Or some they say maybe from the skin. Red is from the blood, right? So white is from the bones. Orange, then this one you have to look for where is the orange. Anyway, all this from the body part. Then 5th week, then you can see this is the first human approach the Buddha. But did he know who? He didn't acknowledge the Buddha. He also didn't take refuge in the Buddha or become Buddha disciple. But the important part is Buddha want to show another meaning of Brahmana, pure and sinless, real meaning. It's not that somebody who is high caste here. Then 6th week, then the Naga, the one with psychic power. How to spell psychic? Yeah. He showed that even the Naga protect the Buddha. So you can see at that time he really pay respect. You know, he stand. Finally he stand. What is it? He put the hand together and worship the Buddha. Right. So we go back to this. claps hand, right? Claps hand means that he worshipped the Buddha here. So here you can say he paid respect to the Buddha, acknowledged the Buddha, but he didn't take refuge in the Buddha. So later when we go to the some more, at the end, then we see the first person that's on the next chapter, right? On chapter number 5. All these are never paid. Only this one he what? So, okay. He what? Claps hand means that okay, show respect to Buddha. So you can see this is the person. Anjali, yeah. So you can see this is the first person that really Anjali the Buddha, you know. Before that, this Brahmana, he's not even a Buddhist. So you can say this is quite a Buddhist already, right? Then the Buddha utter a joyous udana here, just to show that he has suppressed the asmi mana, 7 weeks at the Raja Yadana. Then, wow, he didn't say what he do there, but here they put the Anika Jati. But this Anika Jati should be the one that Buddha recite at the beginning when he start to gain when he at the very beginning, at the dawn of very day of the enlightenment. But why is it put here? Not sure. But from this Anika Jati, we know that Nibbana means is an unconditioned state, right? Unconditioned state means that it's a normal sankhara. So they translate as a weak sankhara. Okay, 7 weeks. It's actually quite interesting, no? Yeah. But actually, if you see the diagram with the Buddha painting or the place, is actually more interesting. Okay, so we have a short time here. So anything want to ask on this? Or now we can open some for a little bit meditation question.
Excuse me, Saiji. Saiji, on page 39, you look at on the 7 week, after the English translation of the Paean of Joy, you look at dawn on the very day of his enlightenment, the Buddha uttered.
Yes.
That means is the first day, right?
Yeah, the first day, yeah. Yeah, but the first day is, why is it put here? You know, I was thinking, why is it put here again? Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Then also one of the first utterance.
But the Buddha can recite few times. It's not to say that the Buddha must recite only one time, right? Sometimes the Buddha can recite few things together. Anika Jati. Samsam. Okay, you can see there are many. Even in Dhammapada also got this. All right. Okay, after when he sit at the Bodhi tree, when the sun, okay, when he destroyed the Mara, okay, right. Okay, when the sun Anura come out, yeah, the sun come up, he attained the enlightenment, right? Right, yeah. Okay, anyway, it's okay. We just open for discussion. Yeah, but I think it's possible he can recite few times. Yeah, it's not that only must be one time, but of course the first time is when after he gained the enlightenment at the very first dawn. So this is also very good to recite. Yada Hawe Patu Pawanti Dhamma. You notice that the first line, this one and Atapino, and then this one, and this one. Second verse, third verse are same. But the first verse, in the first verse, second line, second line, third line are same with the first line, second line, third line. Right? So 1, 2, 3 are same and 1, 2, 3. Okay? So it's actually quite easy to recite by heart. All right?
Saiji, your translation for this is very good. Because we went to, when I were on retreat, they also chant all this, including the Aneka Jati until the end.
Okay. No, my translation. I copy from the book.
Oh,
okay,
because
okay.
from the retreat chanting book, the 3 verse is not so clear.
Yeah. So what you can do, according to what you do, you can do this forward order, Anuloma, then you recite the first line. Then after that, you recite the Patiloma, you recite the second line. Then when you recite the Anuloma, Patiloma together, then finally you recite the third line, according to the sequence, like what Buddha do, what Buddha did. All right? All right. So anything want to ask? We stop here for a while. So yes, Father Ko. Yeah, who want to say something? Yes.
Sayaji, for the 5th week one, when they mention the daughters of Mara, they mention Tanha, Arati, and Raga.
Right.
This one, Mara means defilements or the real daughters of Mara.
Yeah, there's a question here. Mara, you know who is Mara? Is he a human or Deva?
Mara is how I say
Devas.
Yeah, okay.
So
do you know how many meaning of the Deva? Mara, how many meaning of Mara? Okay. So you have a few things like Deva. Right? Yes. It can be a real
inner self mind.
Sorry, not Mara. Okay. Yeah, it can be a Mara. Few meaning. Healer. Okay, it can be a deity. Right. He actually is a kind of like person. He on this Paranimitta Vasavati. Right. He's at this place. Okay. But there's also one thing in Mara. But he said he also got 3 daughters, right? Right. That's according to the story. He can send the 3 daughters because he want to tempt the Buddha. He tried to frighten the Buddha, but he failed. But then he said, but another meaning of Mara is like that, right? That. Okay. Sometimes Mara means worry existence or rebirth. Okay. So another meaning, I think, is a Sankhara. Sankhara also means Mara. Yeah. There are a few definitions. So that worry existence. So yeah. So it's to do with the formation, Sankhara also. Abhisankhara. Mara also to do with this Abhisankhara. It's talking about Sankhara things. Yeah. So there are many meaning of Mara. Mara may be referred to real this daughter, right? Real daughter of Buddha. A real daughter of this Mara try to disturb the Buddha. Or it might be just referred to all these klesa or world. Yeah, so it's how we see it. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Sayaji. Thank you for the explanation. Thank you so much.
Okay. So this means that you have to find what's the meaning of Mara. Okay, so we can just put a note here. So, okay, daughter of the Mara. Okay, can be a real one, right? Mara with a long A. So the Mara, okay, this Mara means it's a kind of Deva also, a Deva. So another meaning is, it can be meaning of death. It can mean worry, existence. It can meaning of klesa mala. So it can meaning of what? Abhisankhara, formation, right?
Yep.
So Mara can be a symbolism or real one. It can be, this Mara actually may be referred to klesa lah. Try to tempt the Buddha, right? Okay, that's all. Okay. All right. So if no question, we'll stop this session. So, yes.
This Chankama, what does it mean? Because I read it somewhere, I think in Thailand, they refer it to their walking meditation path.
Yes, Chankama, right.
Mm.
Chankama means is place that we walk. Normally we call it Chankama. From the Pali word Chankamati. Chankamati means you walk up and down. Right? So place you walk up and down, you know, walk up and down. So we call it Chankama. Yeah, actually is for the Buddha say the good place to walk is like a straight path that is not so narrow, not so big, but it's just a kind of like straight one way that you can walk up and down, pace up and down. Because walking is good for reducing the stress of the body, because when the body has to sit for a long time, it's also not good. Right? So this is what we call it Chankama. So if we are talking about how the Buddha, if we see the in terms of health, first he sit, all right, sit for a long time. Then he stand for a long time. Then after that, he start to walk. All right. Then after that, he sit again, contemplate the Abhidhamma. Then he go to another place, Ajapala. Then there's somebody, Brahmana, come and asking question, converse with him, but not pay respect. Then after that, he go to near the river. So then for the Naga to do good deeds, protect the Buddha from the elements of the hot, the wet weather. Okay. Then the Buddha say about the Asmi Mana. He already suppressed the Asmi Mana. Asmi Mana, right? Right. Then the last one he go to Raja Yatana tree. So when you go to Bodh Gaya, any of you if going have to go and find this place.